For the last half a decade, I've had the privilege of playing and review hundreds of keyboards right here on my channel. And through all of that, the number one question that floods my comment section is always the same. Jeremy, I'm a beginner who wants a good digital piano keyboard that can last me for at least a decade, and I don't need to think about upgrading as my skills improve. In this video, I am putting the 4 most popular, most recommended portable digital piano keyboards in a showdown. If you are a beginner looking for your first serious instrument, or you live in a small apartment, or you just need a great piano you can actually move around without hiring a moving crew, you have probably narrowed it down to these 4. And let me tell you, it is a tough choice. They are all fantastic, but they are also very different. My goal today is to break down every single aspect of these 4 keyboards, the feel, the sound, the speakers, the secret features, so that by the end of this video, you will know exactly which one of these is the right keyboard for you. First things first, and arguably the most important thing, the key action. This is how the keyboard feels under your fingertips, and all 4 keyboards take a different approach. Let's start with the Roland FP30X. This uses Roland's PHA4 standard action. If I had to describe this in one word, it would be substantial. It has a bit of weight to it, a satisfying resistance that feels really solid. It's fantastic for building finger strength, kind of like a workout for your hands. It also has a feature called escapement, which simulates that tiny little click or notch you feel when you press a key very gently on a real traditional acoustic grand piano. It's a premium touch that a lot of advanced players look for. Now let's jump over to the Kawai ES120. This has their responsive hammer compact action, or RHC. The philosophy here is different. It's a lighter action than the Roland, but it's incredibly nuanced and, well, responsive. It's fast, it's fluid, and it allows for a ton of expression. A lot of experienced pianists who try these keyboards often gravitate towards the Kawai for its authentic and nimble feel. It doesn't have the escapement feature, but the key weighting and response is just top tier. It also helps that Kawai manufactures $250,000 concert grand pianos used in concert halls and music conservatories worldwide. Then we have the newest kid on the block, the Yamaha P225. This uses their new graded hammer compact, or GHC action. This action was specifically designed to fit into the P225's super slim body. It's a definite improvement on their OGHS action found in the P45 and P125. The action is on the lighter side, just slightly lighter than the Kawai, but it's very playable. It's a solid, reliable middle ground that feels like, well, a Yamaha. And finally, the Casio PXS 1100. This is the wild card. Its smart scaled hammer action is the lightest and most compact of the bunch. The keys themselves have this unique matte, slightly textured finish on both the white and the black keys. The feel is very light, very quick. Honestly, this action is a bit polarizing. Some people absolutely love how light, fast, and effortless it is. Others might find it a little too light compared to the others. So who wins on key action? It's a 4-way tie for 4 different people. If you want a heavier, more traditional feel to build technique, go for the Roland. If you prioritize a nuanced, expressive, and slightly lighter feel, the Kawai is your champion. The Yamaha is a great lightweight all-rounder, and if you love a super light, fast action as well as a more modern feel, the Casio is calling your name. You can find the best deals and detailed information on the key action of these piano keyboards in the description or by scanning the QR code on screen now. Okay, but what good is a great key action if the sound doesn't inspire you? Let's talk about the soul of the piano, the sound engine. This is where brand identity really shines through. Let's start with the Yamaha P225. It features the sound of their flagship 9-foot concert grand, the CFX, which is a staple in many concert halls and music conservatories around the world. It sounds exactly like what you expect. It's bright, it's powerful, and it's clear. It's that classic Yamaha sound you've heard on countless records. It's brilliant for pop, jazz, rock, Latin, world music, anything where you need the piano to cut through. The Kawai ES120, on the other hand, is the opposite. It's warm, it's mellow, and woody. Sampled from their $250,000 flagship Shigeru Kawai Concert Grand, the sound is just gorgeous. It's rich and full of character. As a matter of personal choice, I do like the sound of the ES120 more than the others. If the Yamaha is a pristine studio recording, the Kawai feels like you're sitting in a beautiful wood-paneled concert hall. It's perfect for classical music or just more intimate, emotional playing. Now, the Roland FP30X. This uses their supernatural sound engine, unlike the others which are primarily based on samples. Roland uses a lot of modeling, a computer algorithm that generates the sound in real time. The result is a tone that is incredibly dynamic. When you play soft, it's gentle. When you dig in, it gets bright and aggressive, but in a very smooth, seamless way. It might sound a tiny bit more digital to some purists compared to the Kawai, but its expressiveness is undeniable. And with 256-note polyphony, which is the number of notes that can sound at the same time, is the most powerful sound engine here. The others have 192, which, let's be honest, is more than good enough for anyone, but the Roland is technically the king. Finally, the Casio PXS 1100. its AIR sound source is very impressive. It's a modern, clean and detailed piano sound. I would place it somewhere between the Yamaha and the Roland in terms of brightness. So for sound, again, it's about taste. Love bright and powerful? Yamaha. Love warm and woody? Kawai. Love dynamic and expressive? Roland. Love clean and modern? Casio. If you want my separate individual in-depth deep dive review on these keyboards, check the video description. Let's talk about speakers. And folks, there is a clear winner and a clear loser here. The champion of amplification is the Roland FP30X. It has two 11-watt speakers for a total of 20 watts of power. It's loud, it's full, and it has a respectable amount of bass for a portable piano. It can easily fill a small room. Coming in a very close second is the Kawai ES120 with two 10-watt speakers for 20 watts total. It sounds fantastic, very clear and present. You won't be disappointed with the volume on the Kawai or the Roland. The Casio PXS 1100 has two 8-watt speakers. For how ridiculously thin, lightweight and compact this keyboard is, the sound is surprisingly good, but it's definitely a step down from the Roland and Kawai. And unfortunately, the weakest link in the speaker department is the Yamaha P225 with two 7-watt speakers. It's fine for practicing by yourself in a small room, but it lacks punch and body. If you buy the Yamaha, you're probably going to be using headphones or external speakers a lot of the time. Speaking of headphones, all four keyboards have two headphone jacks, which is great for lessons. However, the Roland and the Kawai gets bonus points for having one of each size. A small 3.5mm jack and a large 1/4-inch jack. Super convenient as it works with whatever headphones you have on hand without fumbling with adapters. Let's talk about connectivity, Bluetooth, and all the tech that makes these more than just a piano. Right off the bat, the Roland FP30X runs away with the trophy for connectivity. It has the standard USB port to connect to a computer, but it also has a USB to device port. That means you can plug in a USB flash drive to playback MIDI and digital audio files or record your performance directly. No computer needed. That is a huge feature. Plus, it has dedicated proper 1/4-inch line-out jacks for connecting to speakers or an audio interface. The Kawai, Yamaha, and Casio all have line-out jacks too, which is great, but none of them have that USB to device port. Now for Bluetooth. This is crucial. There's Bluetooth audio for streaming music to your piano speakers and Bluetooth MIDI for connecting wirelessly to learning apps like Simply Piano or music production apps like GarageBand on your iPad or laptop. The Roland and the Kawai are the stars here. Both have Bluetooth MIDI and MIDI built right in. Simple, easy, works perfectly. The Casio also has both Bluetooth audio and Bluetooth MIDI, but you'll need a USB dongle that you have to plug into the back. It comes included in the box, which is great, but it's still a tiny piece of plastic that you could potentially lose. And the Yamaha P225, this is the biggest stumble in my opinion. It only has Bluetooth audio, no Bluetooth MIDI. In 2023, for a keyboard aimed at modern beginners who will be learning and producing music using apps, that is a big omission. You can still connect to apps, but you'll have to use a suitable USB cable. For detailed information on the connectivity options on these keyboards, check the description or scan the QR code on screen now. Let's talk about portability and power, because there is one keyboard here that does something none of the others can. First, weight. If you're going to be moving your piano around, this matters way more than you think. The heavyweight champ is the Roland. At almost 15 kilograms, you can feel the quality, but you will also feel it in your back if you're gonna bring it with you on a gig. The Kawai is next at a more manageable 12.5 kilos, but the real lightweights are the Yamaha at just 11.5 kilos and the undisputed king of portability, the Casio PXS 1100 at just 11.2 kilograms. It's so thin, compact, and so light, it's just in a different league altogether. Furthermore, the Casio has a secret weapon, a killer feature. It can run on 6 regular AA batteries. Let me say that again, you can play this piano anywhere, in the park, on your balcony, during a power outage. If you are a busker, a gigging musician, or just someone who wants total freedom to play your keyboard anywhere, anytime, the Casio is your only choice. Pedals and stands. All of this comes with a basic cheap plastic on-off foot switch in the box, but please do yourself a favor and budget an extra 30 to 50 bucks for a proper piano-style sustain pedal. All 4 of these support half pedaling, where you can control the amount of sustain. It's not just an on-off switch, but you need that better optional pedal to do it. For a more permanent furniture style setup, all 4 companies sell a matching wooden stand and a triple pedal unit that bolts on, giving you the full piano experience. They all look great and are very sturdy, so no matter which you choose, you can make it a beautiful centerpiece in your home. You can find my favorite portable foldable keyboard stand in the description or scan the QR code on screen. Alright, we've been through a lot. The feel, the sound, the features. It's time for this final summary. The bottom line, who should buy which piano? Let's break it down. You should buy the Roland FP30X if you are a serious student or if you value features and power above all else. It has the most substantial key action for building technique, the most powerful speakers, the best polyphony, and the best connectivity with its USB flash drive port and dual Bluetooth. It's the best all-around spec for spec value. It's the Swiss Army knife of portable piano keyboards. You should buy the Kawai ES120 if you are a player. If the absolute most important thing to you is the connection between your fingers and the sound, it has, for my money, the most nuanced and satisfying key action, as well as a warm, beautiful, organic piano sound that is just a joy to play. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles of the Roland, but for pure piano experience, it is sublime. You should buy the Yamaha P225 if you want the slimmest and one of the lightest pianos from a legacy brand, and you absolutely love that signature bright Yamaha CFX Concert Grand sound. It's a great feeling, great sounding instrument. You just have to be willing to live with the less powerful speakers and the lack of wireless Bluetooth MIDI. If you plan on using headphones most of the time, it's a fantastic choice. And finally, you should buy the Casio PXS 1100 if your priorities are style, portability, and modern living. It is the lightest, slimmest, and most stylish keyboard here by a mile. It comes in red, it looks amazing in any room, and it's the only one that runs on batteries. If you need to take your piano with you, or if you just love that sleek, minimalist aesthetic, this is the one. You just have to be okay with its very light key action and its reliance on an app for deeper controls. I know it's a lot to process. To make it easier for you, I've put everything we talked about into the description box below or scan the QR code on screen. You'll find direct links for each keyboard so you can see the best prices, check out all the detailed specs, and see what other owners are saying. Those links are your best friend for getting the most current information, so be sure to check them out. If it were my money for a piano to just keep at home, I would go for the Kawai ES120 for its incredible feel. But the Roland FP30X feature set and lower price just slightly edges it out for pure value. But if I ever needed to take it out of the house, even once, it would be the Casio, no question. That battery power is just too good to ignore. But that's just me. What do you think? Which one of these titans is calling out to you? Let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. If this video helped you make a decision, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe for more deep dives and reviews, and smash that bell so you don't miss the next one.